Hello everyone, welcome to Full Circle Trader. If you are new on the channel, so what we basically do is we use multiple technical concepts to analyze and understand the markets. One of the key technical concepts that we use here is bar by bar analysis. So to understand these concepts well, please follow the channel and please watch the complete video. So just look at the market. It gapped up today, but basically it did nothing. If you check the 5-minute time frame, it just spent the entire day back and forth. And at the end, it definitely moved some points up to clear the highs, which was actually positive for the next day. However, I have already mentioned that until and unless we completely take out the high of this failed bar here, we will, not be in a safe zone for the long trades. So we are still below the resistance area, and as we move up, we definitely have to face a lot of difficulties because we have the resistance at 17,400 and 17,600. And in my opinion, it would not be very easy. So I think prices are going to spend more time, in this area. Probably it will, give a breakout, clear this resistance, but still it has to spend time here to, move in a clean air, which doesn't look like the case in this week. So we need to be very careful in our trades. If you look at the hourly time frame, it looks like that tomorrow it might hit the resistance area or probably clear the resistance. But specifically for tomorrow, I think long trades would not be that much favorable. And why am I saying this? We can just see it in the 5-minute time frame. So we can see that prices have already moved a lot in this time frame from the support zone, and we already have one gap up here. Let's say if tomorrow prices again gap up and they hit the resistance, the possibility on the short side would be higher. Meaning if they will again gap up and hit the resistance area, there are chances that most likely it will come back and probably come down in a faster speed because there are no strong support to the left side. So specifically for tomorrow in Nifty, I think if prices gap up and they reach to this resistance zone, we should be thinking about the short trades instead of going long in this market. Now, another important point that I would like to discuss here is that let's say if prices open gap up tomorrow, but it remain, on the resistance or above the resistance at this area here, then probably we can go long at the right, bullish pattern. So if you've been following the channel, I have, keep mentioning it that whenever you go long or short, always go long on the support zone at the appropriate pattern. So let's say if tomorrow, let's just clean this up. So let's say if prices gap up and come somewhere here, but instead of pulling back down, it remains in this zone, or let's say above the zone, and then forms a strong bullish pattern, then we can probably take the long trade here. And looking at the intraday chart, so let's just enlarge this chart here. Okay, so now looking at this 5-minute chart, as I mentioned that the prices have spent entire day back and forth, and although it has given a good break, gap up in the morning, clearing all this resistance, but basically it did nothing and just spent the entire day. However, at the end, it moved up, but the structure was not proper, meaning it is not advisable to take any kind of long or short trades when this kind of price action is happening on the charts, where you have overlapping bars, prices moving and they coming back down. So This is not the right kind of market structure where we should go long. So let's say looking at this pattern or the market structure, if prices pull back and then starts to move back up, then we will have more room to the upside. That would be taken in our advantage for a couple of points for the intraday or scalp trades. But let's say, as I mentioned earlier, prices open directly gap up and they remain there, then we will think about long. Otherwise, I think specifically for tomorrow, short trades would be better if prices hit the resistance and starts to come back down, or let's say it hit the resistance and then immediately forms any sort of failed patterns or bearish patterns like topping tail, or any green bar that turns out to be a kind of topping tail, or red bar eventually. Okay, so now in Bank Nifty, there is nothing much to discuss about on the daily chart, because we have already discussed it multiple times that this market is little bit more bearish than the Nifty. Although this bottoming tail bar has sets up the expectation to the upside, and we have a follow through day like we have just seen in Nifty, but it is still has to do a lot to clear the resistance. We are still below the resistance. We still have the declining 50 MA. And I think when prices will catch up with this MA, they might come down even harder. So there is nothing much on the daily. Let's say what this chart is telling about the intraday charts and how can we use in our favor. So on the hourly or a 60-minute time frame, we have seen that this market has broken the support, and this strong red bar, bearish selling bar, has sets up the expectation that it should have a follow through to the downside, but that did not happen, and that's an indication in itself. When a strong selling bar or a minus wide range bar, or a bearish wide range bar did not have a follow through. So it did not have the follow through, which means that now it has sets up the expectation to the other side. So, and in today's session, prices gapped up and it remained above the the support zone, and it has given the closing as well. So all in all, this market has kind of sets up the expectation that tomorrow it might move to the upside. So unlike Nifty, the strategy in Bank Nifty is exactly opposite in my view. Although most of the times they follow each other, but we have more room to the resistance in the Bank Nifty chart. So just for a second, just go back to the Nifty chart and see. Here we are near the resistance, and most likely when prices will hit this resistance zone, the chances are that it will come down. And even if it will not come down, it is not advisable to go long at the resistance. So we have to wait for the right setup. But if you look at the Bank Nifty chart, it is, we have a bigger room here to go to the upside. And the kind of price action that this market has shown, let me just show you another one of the very important pattern which this market has formed today. So see this bar here, it is a small bottoming tail bar. Now what has happened is, when prices broken down and it reached to this rising 20 MA, the buyers stepped up, right? And I have mentioned that when you have a wide range bar and when prices remain above the 1/3 of the wide range bar, that's a bullish indication. And that is what has happened. Prices came near. Look at these arrangement of the bars. We have the this first bar, and then market was coming down, but when it broken the support and reached here, at this small shelf of support, the buyers stepped in and they took the prices up, and then we have the closing which was above the support zone. So that's a bullish indication and that's a bullish sign. So in my opinion, we have a bigger room here. And if we just look at, so just look at the 5-minute time frame, right? So we have just come above the support zone, and we have a very nice upside room here. So in my opinion, if let's say prices open gap up and clear all this resistance, so the first thing that I want in this market is to clear the resistance, and then we will go long, because then we will have nothing to the left to stop the prices, right? So I think if Bank Nifty will remain positive or bullish tomorrow, probably somewhere Nifty will also follow. And if that will happen, then avoid taking the short trade in Nifty as well. So that's about it in this analysis. Hope you have got the message. If you have any questions, as always, please ask in the comment box. Till then, take care and catch you soon in the next session. Bye-bye.